All right. Please tell us about your career in law enforcement.
Well, I've worked for Bossier Parish Sheriff Department 24 and a half years. I worked in all divisions. I worked in patrol, I worked in transportation, and the criminal division, and I had a little limited time in the civil division, not very much, but like I said, I worked 24 and a half years in total, and that's just about it.
What was your favorite part?
What was my favorite place?
Yep.
Transportation, that was the best place.
And what did you do in transportation?
Just hauled the prisoners or where they wanted to go or where they needed to go, and went to court, the hospitals, and went and picked up, prisoners that held at other jails. We had a warrant on them, we'd go pick them up and bring them up.
Okay. And you worked for Bossier Parish Sheriff's Office for 24 and a half years?
Yes.
And did you work at any other law enforcement agencies before
that was the first one, first and last.
First and last, all right. So, why did you decide to leave Bossier Parish Sheriff's Office?
Well, I was, had my years in, and I retired, and I decided to go ahead and retire a little bit and come back and run for sheriff.
Okay. Let's see. All right, the budget for the Bossier Sheriff's Office has doubled in the last 5 years. Do you plan to continue increasing the budget every year?
I plan on taking it as easy as I can on the budget and need to try to cut it back some.
Okay.
We don't know how long the revenues we got are going to be holding on to us, There's some of that a lot to play out. We need to kind of get a little saved up.
Yeah. Okay. How do you plan to cut spending? Do you have any plans in mind?
Well, not really. I just going to have to go in there and look at it and see if like on the river boat down there, see if we need to boat on the river or not. If they let the people decide, if they want it, we can cut that out, or if they want to keep it on there. But really, that's wildlife and fisheries. That's they control the waters. We control the land.
Okay. Is there any particular place in the Sheriff's Department in your 24 and a half years where you've found any, inefficiencies, things that need to be streamlined, things that need to maybe be changed how they do things?
Well, in the correction division, there need to be a little change a bit in there, trying to, help some of the lawsuits and all they got in there. And other than, that, I think they're doing a pretty good job,
Okay. You've probably read, like all of us, that crime is on the rise in Bossier Parish. There's a man currently out on murder. He shot the guy on Old Minden Road, and he hasn't been caught yet. There have been a lot of other violent crimes in Bossier Parish lately. How do you plan to fight crime in Bossier Parish?
Well, I'm going to increase the patrol division in the higher crime areas. I'll put more cars in there, and may use the motorcycles. We got them, might as well put them to use, and they can hide out a little better than cars can, and get a little better views of it without being seen.
Okay. Bossier Parish Sheriff's Department currently does not have any physical fitness standards for the officers. What do you feel about that?
Well, we've got the equipment, did have the equipment, did up to 2 years ago. I know they're just not using it. I think they need to increase the physical fitness for the officers.
Okay, and do you think that specific requirements should be set for employment, where they get a bonus if they achieve a certain physical fitness standards?
Well, if they
some incentive.
I hadn't really thought about it, but that's a good point there. You could tell them, give them a bonus for it if they do so many push-ups, and sit-ups, and give them a little something to get out there and try for it.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions?
Do you have any managerial kind of experience or any experience running an organization and if not, how would you overcome that lack of experience?
I'd probably go to class, but I've managed oil field company, oil field fluids. I've managed them for about 3 years, and I've got a little management. I about forgot most of it, but I still got a little of it back, and I can just go to school, probably
Awesome.
touch up a little bit.
Okay, good.
And,
Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions I have.
I just might add, if you don't care, if I'm elected, people feel, good enough to get me elected sheriff, and if they got a problem, they can come see me. And, I have an open door policy for everybody, it's not just certain class, but to be for everybody. The rich, poor, black or white, it don't make no difference all about it. There won't be just a certain class of people, and I'm gonna be a people's sheriff. I'll be out there for you.
Good. Thank you very much for your interview and for answering our questions today.
All right, and thank you all for having me down here.
You're very welcome.